Wait, hold on. Is everyone muted? Okay, cool. Someone's not muted.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Everyone mute themselves.
Can you mute it all, Laura?
I did, and then let me look who's not muted. Okay, perfect. Okay, let me share my screen. Thank you guys for taking time out of your Labor Day weekend. I know it can be super busy, but y'all are the ones that are super dedicated, so thank you so, so much. Okay, so this is going to be all about inviting, and this is going to be inviting to everything. So it will be inviting to coaching opportunity, to a challenge group, how you build relationships, a little bit about everything. So what I hope that you take out of this is a more productive system to where it's more efficient in your day. So a lot of people will spend their time inviting, and I totally guilty of it. And then really when you get down to it, how much did you really invite? Or did you look on social media and you thought you were working your business? So this is more efficient. It's a system. It's works for me. Hopefully you can take a couple things from it. I'll be sharing exactly what my invites look like. I change them often because I try not to do scripts, but you can have your phone ready to screenshot them. And then hopefully put them in your notes section, and you can use them and edit them for tomorrow morning. Okay, so inviting. So hello, everyone. Okay, so a little bit about my story. Y'all all know this, but maybe you don't. I started off as a challenger in April 2015. I did 21 Day Fix Extreme. I was that person that did the serial dieter, everything you named it, I would do it. Just remember to mute yourself if you just hopped on. And then had great results, right? Like if you do this wholeheartedly, you're going to have great results, like our challengers and yourself. So I jumped into coaching kind of without having all the answers. I knew I loved it. I knew I wanted to share the opportunity. I didn't know how much money I was going to make. I didn't even know commission-based or retail-based or anything like that. What I did do when I first started off, make sure everyone's muted. You rub the shampoo on Margaret's head. Is everyone muted? Oh, here we go. Got it. Okay, what I did do is I knew I had all the resources. Jessica is my upline coach, but I know she was not responsible for my success, nor was she responsible for my failure. I knew going into this that I was going to be the CEO of my own business and that I literally had the keys to success. If I didn't have all the answers, I had personal development, which hopefully you're doing on a daily basis, whether that's picking up a book, whether that's YouTubing questions, if you are having trouble with social media or finding new coaches or how to invite or what does this mean? What does All Access Challenge Track mean? You have the Google, the interwebs, like everything that you ever could want is out there from the top coaches. So you have no excuse. That's how I thought of it. I had no excuse, right? I knew I had team calls on Sunday and I knew I ran challenge groups. Those were pretty basic when I started off as a coach. I also worked 50 hours as account executive, which is a really fancy word for sales. I got knocked up a couple months ago, if you don't know. And then I decided at that point, Scott and I, my husband, we decided at that point that I was in a good position where I could leave my full-time job and we would be set up because of coaching. And just remember to mute yourself. For some reason, I'm hearing like a lot of background noise. Kelly, there we go. And I knew at that point that I didn't want to be working my job while I had a kid. So I knew I had 5 months before now I have 4, but 5 months when I quit my job, I knew I was going to have a kid, and this allowed me to go all in. And so over 2.5 years, I've been able to build a business of working full time and still cutting out that time to invite. And really inviting for me, guys, this is the key to my success. Like when I think of coaching, I think inviting. And whether you like that or not. Like, that's how we move our business forward. That's how you hit Success Club. That's how you are successful or not successful. So inviting is the key to this business. It's kind of a little bit of a passion of mine as well. Okay, so key components to staying consistent with inviting. Invite the same time every single day. Know that just as you eat breakfast, as you drink your shake, as you work out, those are times that you schedule that are pretty consistent. Have inviting the same way. Make it a priority, like number one priority in your business, hands down what you should be doing. Personal development, then inviting, right? And then everything else. Set an hour timer to do nothing but inviting. So I have my phone here, right? So I set my timer under where you set your alarm, go to just stopwatch, and 60 minutes. And that allows me to stop everything, turn off your notifications, I can't turn off my phone because I use both my phone and computer when I invite, but just make sure that you don't answer, you don't look at things, you don't get sidetracked. You got 60 minutes. Invite before you do anything else. And I'm talking before you build relationships, before you add to your network, before you, all those key things that you do in your business or on your actual tracker. Put inviting first. Just knock it out, frog first. And because that's going to grow your business. My favorite time is early in the morning now, ever since I stopped working. So right after I work out, then I have my shake, and then I get to.
Hey, Laura, this sounds kind of funky. Talk again.
Hello.
Oh. Okay, it's better now. Yeah, it's good now.
Okay. Thanks.
Sorry.
No, just let me know if that happens. I see a lot of chatting. I haven't even looked at this. Robot Laura. Okay. Let me know if that happens. Just someone hop on again. Okay, so tracking system. You have to have a tracking system in place. And this is distracting. This is what is it going again? Aliens want to be. Okay, am I good? Can y'all hear me?
You're good.
Okay, good. Okay. Exit out of this chat. Okay. Having a tracking system needs to be in place, whatever that is. And mine has looked crazy all over the years. My first year doing this, I did an Excel spreadsheet, a super simple, literally column 1, names, column 2, date of talking, column 3, what we talked about. I would highlight it in yellow if it was like a conversation I could move forward with. It just didn't really make sense, but it was just like an Excel, like put it on Excel. Second year, oh my gosh, where's all my invites? Like I have 52 of these things, pen and paper. I'm not saying this is a bad way. This built my business to where I quit my job, but it works for a time being, but then all of a sudden it's really hard to follow up with people. That's what I was always having problems with, is following up. And as you know, that's the key to a lot of our potential clients, potential customers, potential coaches. Most everyone is not going to respond to you the first time. And that distinguishes the good coaches from maybe the not so good coaches. As hard as that is to say and maybe hear. If you follow, say you tomorrow morning, you're so motivated from this call and you're going to invite 200 people because you got no gas tomorrow, right? And you get 4 responses because everyone is like out partying in their home and they don't want to check Facebook. And you do nothing after those 200 invites. That's terrible. That's not good. You've got to have a system of when are you going to follow up? How are you going to follow up? What does that look like? And so with my pen and paper, I would scramble through my last week or the 2 weeks before and kind of have a system. But it still was a little messy. When I quit my job, then I made this like really nice Excel spreadsheet like Jen on her call that she did. I did it, all the color coordinating and each week, and that worked too. But then Rachel, she does Teamsy, and I remember hearing about it on our Diamond retreat from Joe, I believe. And then I like signed up for the free trial, and then I stopped. So I didn't utilize the free trial. Then I was just 2 weeks ago, I went all in on TeamZ. And this is funny because we're actually having a TeamZ call next Monday. And guys, you might not like the word software and TeamZ, but it is so good for follow-ups, for creating your business, for having the most efficient hour of your life. Because I didn't quit my day job to be doing coaching for 8 hours. I quit my day job so I could give back. I could give my time more. I can do things that I love, like spend time with friends and family and my success partners, and do all these things that make me happy in life. If I can do the same amount of work and build my business this much, and TeamZ is going to get me there, then absolutely I will pay $33 a month. But know that there's a free 30-day trial, and you're going to hear a lot more about that next week. Okay. How am I on time? I got to get through. So keep inviting. Super simple. This is how I do it. This is super simple. I start with the alphabet of my friends with A. I literally go to like the very first one. There's 2 ways you can do this. Did you know you could download a copy of your friends list on Facebook? I'll show you guys in a second. Or you can do it from your phone and just not download, but just look at the friends list in alphabetical order. If you go to your profile and you just are on your normal profile screen, you go to friends, right under your 5-picture collage, and it organizes them in alphabetical order. So I literally start at the A's and go through my whole alphabet. People are going to hear one of 3 things from me. I'm either going to build a relationship, I'm going to invite them to a challenge group, or invite them to the coaching opportunity. The only ones that I don't do that, a lot of men, I don't, and then some women that are just not my tribe, and therefore I defriend them just because you have a max of 5,000 friends. I'm not close to that yet. It's like I'm at like 3,100, but still it's just not my tribe. So I'm probably not going to reach out. But 90% of the women, I'm going to do one of those 3 things. And then the next day I'm going to keep going. So wherever I left off, say I got to AC or AD, I'm going to go right back and pick it up. So that's my system. It's not hard. It's not difficult. You just got to put some action into it. That's it. You just got to start. I don't know if you heard team call, not our team call, but the National Wake Up Call on Monday. I forget who it was. She was really, really good. Jessica, maybe. And she talked about, Jeff Hill he asked her, where do you get your inspiration from, or how do you just start? She was like, I just start. Like, there is no, if I'm not feeling it, I just got to start. And I loved that so much, because some days, a lot of days, we don't want to invite to this business because it's hard and because it's hard. But if you're going to grow, you just have to start and not be distracted. Set your timer and you go. Okay, so that is as simple as it gets in my inviting process. Okay, building a relationship. We are in the business of people. You have to love people. You have to be sincere. You have to actually want them to like be happy. You have to care about them. This is not all about making a sale. This is really about getting to know someone and having them actually like you as a person and you like them as a person, because where could that go? You have no idea. They could buy a challenge pack from you. They could be an awesome coach, but you never know until you actually know them. Examples of building a relationship. So simple. And I'm talking messages. These are all messages. So if I see a girl, Annabelle, on here, and I'm like, man, she looks pretty cool. I haven't reached out to her. We have no message history. I'm going to do a couple things. Examples. Hey girl, I saw that we have Brittany as a mutual friend. How do you know her too? So like I literally did this week. Hey girl, I love your hair color. Did you get it done in San Antonio? And these are actually things that I mean. And then my last one, which for some reason a lot of people went to Disney World this year. I saw that y'all just went to Disney World. Oh my God. We went there 4 years ago, but I heard they just opened up Harry Potter World. Did you happen to go? Because we're going in November. And open up that conversation. If they have a baby, open up that conversation. If they got engaged, open up that conversation. There's so many things, but be genuine and just build that relationship and put the selling aside for a hot minute. Then you have inviting to a coaching or a challenge group. So move away from the scripts. Team VIP has done an amazing job developing a million scripts that you should actually really look at them and take them, but not copy and paste because people know what you're doing. So move away from the scripts and really just talk. And a great way to do that on Messenger is the voice memo. They can hear the excitement in your voice. And what I've learned from being in sales is when you smile and you're talking, they can actually hear you smiling. I know that's kind of weird, but try it and it actually helps you out. It sounds a lot better. And even if you mess up as you're holding it down, you can just hold it and keep holding and go up, and then it will delete it. Try to be the most real and authentic person. Like I said before, put the sales aside, put the Success Club points aside, because that will happen as you keep building relationships. Give them a compliment. People love to hear compliments. I mean, I'm going to look at my hair tomorrow and say how shiny it is because I heard a compliment tonight. That stands out in people's head no matter how little that is. Study their Facebook for 1 minute. Don't get all distracted. Just in and out of their Facebook, stalk them. And then this is my personal opinion. Cold inviting is absolutely 100% okay. There are probably half the people in my challenge group, in my current challenge group right now, that I do not know. I don't know them in person. I've never met them. It's a cold invite. And the reason why they've said yes to me is because of social media. Because if I've got to be posting about what I'm doing. I've got to be posting about success from other people and what I offer and the coaching opportunity and sharing stories and transformations and being consistent in your business. That's why cold inviting works. That's my opinion, is I just keep on doing it and you have a mix of it. Examples of invites, and this is the time to maybe screenshot. These are actually invites that I used for this last month. Thinking about you, Apollonia. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. I can't believe it's been over 2 years since we worked at TPI. I saw April. This is all true stuff. I saw April the other day, some things, and some people just don't change. Am I right? She was a terrible boss. Just wanted to let you know about the newest program that just came out called Shift Shop. It's amazing. Scott and I just completed our first round, had amazing results. We're planning on doing round 2. Would love to have you in a group when you're ready, Apollonia. And then let me know, this little thing's in the way. Let me know your thoughts if you want a spot saved. So is it perfect? Probably not. Did I ask a question? No. It maybe edits. Probably there's a typo in there somewhere, but she responded right away and said, were you picking my brain? I am so ready to make a change, and signed up that night as a discount coach. So it's just real authentic. It's not perfect, but these are all true things and it's not scripted. However, this little middle paragraph I'll use again. And that last paragraph I'll reserve. I changed the name, of course, but that little first paragraph is always edited to that person. Okay, here's another one that signed up. Hey, Gracie, and this is super simple. Hey, Gracie, I hope you're having an awesome Saturday so far. Just wanted to reach out and let you know that I'd love to have you in one of my upcoming challenge groups. Not sure if you saw my post last night, but if you're ready to make a change and need guidance and accountability and simple nutrition, I'm here for you. It sounds like me. If I was talking to Gracie, these are words that would come out. If it sounds icky and weird typing, it's probably going to sound icky and weird when they read it. So have it sound like you. This is super simple and just like one of those things you could just throw out there. And that way she could see, oh, I didn't see her post last night. Let me actually go back. And she would see that there's a transformation and there's a Google Drive application, or she can reach back out to me on Messenger. So there's lots of different ways. And she signed up the next day as a discount coach. And then here's another one. This is one that I've kind of used for a really long time. Same thing. You can screenshot it. Hey, Amy, hope you're having a great night. Love seeing your Facebook post. I see you work for Gold Financial. This is someone I do not know at all. I see you work for Gold Financial. Do you know Joy Hooks? She's a part of my team and training group in Austin. Small world. And then this is something that I've used in the past that just works. And she reached back out and said she was ready to make a change. And it took some time of going back and forth, of course, but she signed up. It works. Okay, inviting to the coaching opportunity. If you want to build a team, if you want residual income, if you want this to be a lifelong passion and you want to quit your job or you want to provide more for the family, this needs to happen on a daily basis, no matter how scary it is, no matter if you're timid. Make sure everyone's muted. This needs to happen. And the more you do it, the more confident you are in it. I don't know who to contact for the coaching opportunity. So these are examples of who you would ask. People who liked or commented on your coaching opportunity post. If you don't have a coaching opportunity post, we got some problems there. Start making some coaching opportunity posts like once, twice, 3 times a week. And then you can start having people to contact. People who are like you, your tribe. If you don't know who your tribe is, let's reevaluate that. Who are people like you? If I had like 10 me, I would love it because I know I'm a hard worker and I don't need Jessica as an upline. What was it? I was listening to GoPro, which is a really good network marketing. It's a book on tape, or you can buy it as a book. And he said something that I was like, oh my gosh, yes. The first thing, one of the couple first chapters, he said, wouldn't it be nice? Like, really what I want you to do is call your upline and say, okay, upline, this is me saying goodbye. I actually don't need you anymore. I am responsible for my success or for my failure. I've got this. I'm the CEO of my own business and I do not need you. Goodbye. And I was like, I would love that if all my coaches did that. Like, who wouldn't want that? So get people like, I don't know where that kind of crossed, but get people like you, get people that are your tribe. So if you're seeing them on your friends list, when you're going through your friends list in alphabetical order and you're saying, that girl is cool, I could hang out with her, I can go on vacation with her, she has a really cool family, she has really good posts, then that is the time to do an opportunity coaching post invite. And then that gives you a chance to follow up again, build that relationship. And I'll talk more about that in a little bit. People in your challenge group. This is an amazing way to ask people to be a coach. That's how I started off. I make it a point to ask every single person in my challenge group if they want to coach. If they're like not having success at all and like, you know, those people that you don't want to work with. But for the majority of those people that you love and you have them in your challenge group, it's a great way to ask them to be involved in the coaching opportunity. People in your free group, even though I'm not saying after your detox group, contact everyone and ask them to be a coach. But for those people that stand out and that you're building relationships during those 4 days and you love that person and you vibe with her, then heck yeah, ask her to be a coach and then have her transformation in your challenge group. Like, absolutely. Old customers. So Beachbody, if you go to your online office, you go to customers, you have your drop-down list of all the customers. Keep that on a regular, right? Because people do their 21-day challenge and then you never see them again. And then you're like, man, I need to reach out to that person again. Have them on your radar. Okay, here's an example. Screenshot this. This is actually, I got this from Raquel. So this is a really good one for people that you might not know personally, that you would just think they'd be a good coach. Always do a personal blurb at the beginning of why you think they would be a good coach, why you vibe with them. And this is just a perfect little example. This is an awesome invite. Okay, at the very end it says, if I sent you a link, a quick info video about my story, would you be open to watching it? If you don't have a video, that's okay. You can create one. If you don't want to create one, we have this thing called an opportunity coaching event every single month, and we keep it open for a month, and you can continue to add people all month until we start the other one. Another chance for you to invite them to something else is create your own coaching opportunity events, right? Like sometimes it's weird to have 5 people in another group that they don't know who these other 5 people are. So if you go into the Team VIP Drive, there's an event that we used to do that it's all these posts. And it tells you what to post and when to post. And you don't have to go live and it doesn't have to be scary, but you could have full control over that and do it whenever you want. Think about those options because again, you're the CEO of the business. You're going to take control. Okay, another one. This is one I use for when people finish their challenge group or they're on week 2 of their challenge group. Take a quick screenshot. I've been wanting to ask you or talk to you about this because I think you do fantastic. Have you ever thought about coaching? And a little blurb about my experience. And then I used for last week, and then we're meeting on Wednesday because she was like, yes, actually, I think coaching is something I want to look into. So we're having a meeting this Wednesday. That one worked really well. And this is a follow-up coach invite. So take a screenshot if you can, just a little blurb. And then she said she wanted to watch the video. So I sent it to her and then I was just following up. So great coach invites. Okay, here's the thing about invites. And like I mentioned, they're awesome and all those things, but what is your follow-up plan? That is the key to all of this. Like, really, how are you keeping track of this? Because that is the bread and butter of this business. It takes 6 to 7 follow-ups for someone to actually respond. And I don't know if you ever do this, but I had a girl contact me last night at like midnight, which is weird. And she asked if I wanted to host a party of the Keep bracelets. And I said I couldn't because you can't do that. But I said, send me some of the bracelets. I would love to look at them. And in my head, whenever someone asks me to purchase something, I'm like, but is she going to follow up or is she going to fall off? And I loved the little pictures, but that's it. And I'm always wondering if they're going to follow up with me. Like I'm always a little interested. And that's how we have to feel about the other people. Like we have no shame with following up. Okay, so whenever you this is how I do it. When I build a relationship, I follow up in 2 weeks. When I have a challenge group invite as a personal challenge group invite in a message, I follow up in 2 weeks. When I do a coaching invite, I follow up in 2 weeks. You feel me? 2 weeks, you follow up. Now this excludes if people are interested. If they're really interested, it's a 24-hour window. If they have like a link and you're like, prep week is tomorrow on Labor Day, follow up within 24 hours. But you have to have a plan in place of how are you going to follow up? Is it paper? Is it Excel? Is it Team Z? What is it? So have a plan in place of how you're going to follow up. Okay. Clearly, I'm really obsessed with following up because it really is the bread and butter to this business. When I sit at Success Club 8 on the 30th and I know I want to hit 10, I start with follow-ups because they're the easiest. Follow-ups are the absolute easiest. Once you have a system down, you are good. Now, you're going to think I'm crazy, but these are examples of my follow-ups that really work. You just got to say something. Give them a compliment, right? So if you build a relationship, 2 weeks later, you're going to invite them. If you invite them, 2 weeks later, you're going to build a relationship. You switch back and forth every single time. An example, if I did a follow-up 2 weeks ago, I'm going to follow up, or if I did a challenge invite 2 weeks ago and I'm going to follow up with her tomorrow, I'm going to say, girl, I loved your family photo over this weekend. That's it. It's so simple. Oh my God, can I just say the video you shared? I watched it like 10 times. It is as simple as that. That shirt, where did you get it? Stop. You know Lindsay Frank too. It is simple. This business is so simple. It just takes a plan and it takes action. And if we don't have a plan, whenever we start the day and we set our timer for 60 minutes, it's going to go by like this, and you're going to have one invite done, and you're going to say happy birthdays to like 10 people. So have a plan in place of action. And this is my plan. This is what works for me. And I'll show you quickly. I think that's it. I'll show you very, very quickly in my Team Z. And again, we're going to have this next week. So please, please be on the call. It's Monday at 8. It's a little different, but they're going to be hosting it. So this is what it looks like. You're going to be like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. But this is what I've done today. It's Sunday, right? Like these are my requirements every Monday through Friday. Prospects, I hit 20. Customers, I hit 5. Coaches, I hit 5. Total invites, I hit 30. And I add 3 people a day. This is really cool too. Dailies, you can check off your social medias, your personal development, your shake, your workout. Now this is what's really awesome because, okay, so say I'm gonna do Jessica Warren. Oh. Okay. So what's really cool is I can go to Jessica's profile. She's a 5. You can rank them based off how interested they could be in a program or be in a coach type mode. I'm gonna hit coach. She's a coach. I connect with her, and then I'm going to say dinner last night. And then you can say follow up in 2 weeks. Type was in person. Was it an invite? No, but if it is, you can select which one it is. Free group, challenge group, business opportunity, try shakes, or other. And then I log this, right? So that's under Jessica's profile. I go back to my dashboard. In 2 weeks, I hit these follow-ups, and it says exactly like who I'm going to contact. I don't even have to think about it. And my follow-ups come up, and it says who I'm going to contact. So I just type it in on Facebook, see our previous note. Was it a business opportunity? Was it a challenge group? Was it a building relationship? I swap it. I contact them again. I log it. 2 weeks later, it's just a great system. And it takes 2.5 seconds to set this up. And he'll probably show, or she will probably show you next week. So I don't know all the ins and outs, but what I like, what I see, I really, really like. So whatever system you have to have something in place, and you have to be able to follow up consistently and know what you're doing on a daily basis. Okay. That is it, my friends. Any questions you have?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I loved your call. I thought it was so great what you said about, taking the scripts and putting your own words to them. I think that's so important. Like, even if you don't send the voice memo, first of all, no one ever ghosts me if I send them a voice memo, but I get ghosted all the time if it's text.
Yes.
But if I say it out loud as I'm typing it, and before I send it, say it out loud. Is it the way I speak? Am I adding my commas and dots the way I would in person or whatever? So I have a question. So on the cold invites that you do, is that totally cold? Like they haven't liked or commented on a recent post?
Yes, completely cold. I'll do completely cold.
Okay, and you get responses from those, like you said. Okay,
yeah.
Awesome.
Of course, you have to follow up with them, or if you just get them in the right moment of their life, they're ready to make a change like yesterday and they just need help. But yes, I have had massive success in just cold invites.
And then on your cold invites, do you then on your follow-up, if they don't say anything, or if they're like, hey, no thanks, do you then shift in the next week or the next month to just having conversations and building the relationship? Like you said, on your follow-up is oh my God, I love your dress.
Yes. So if they say no, then I'll say, okay, no problem. I really do ask them why. I'm like, is it just not, I just want to know. And whether that's a voice memo or not, I'm like, why is it it's totally okay. No pressure if you don't want to respond, but is it because you're just not ready or whatnot? And they usually tell me why. And then I say, is it okay to follow up with you in about a month or my next challenge group? I'm like, yeah, sure. And so I'm always asking can I follow up with you? Can I follow up with you in 3 weeks? Can I follow up with you in 4 weeks? Are you okay with me doing that? I've never had a no, but just making sure you're just as you would a friend, as you really would in a person, and be like, that's totally okay. And no pressure. Absolutely never any pressure. If they don't have the funds, that's okay. They know how much it is. Save up.
I love that. I love that you said that, asking, can I follow up? I haven't been doing that. Can I follow up with you? Especially, yeah, who can say no to that? And that really shows that you care. Okay, then my last question is on people that you, like when you're Facebook friending people, how do you ever get, and this is probably my most common new coach question, what if somebody comments and says, hey, do I know you? Or how do you approach getting to know them? Or you said those are some of the people that you cold invite to, right?
Yes. So if they haven't friended I've had that before. They're like, I don't really know you. Do I know you from somewhere? And I always say, I see that we have a lot of mutual friends in contact. I'm always looking to develop more relationships in the San Antonio area. And I see that you're a photographer. I see that you do a brief overview of their profile and I just think that's so awesome. And I just leave it at that. And it's just, I rarely get that. I think I've gotten that twice in 2.5 years of, I don't know you. Should we be friends? They just never respond if they don't want to be my friend. But that's how I do that. I'm just like, I see we have a bunch of mutual friends in common. And I see that you're a photographer and I think your work is so beautiful. So that's what I did recently. Does that help?
Awesome. Yes. Awesome. Thank you. And if you friended me and I wasn't already a coach, I would totally accept your friendship and anyone else's. And that's what I always say to new coaches too. And Raquel, because Raquel had to say it to me 10,000 million times before it got through my head. Who wouldn't want to be friends with us? We put out a lot of positivity and give free tips to live healthy, and there's nothing sketchy, but we're not posting links to purchase things or, nothing shady about what we're doing. So who wouldn't want to be friends with us? But I literally give myself that pep talk every time I go through that part of my tracker too. Awesome. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. Anyone else? No one? Okay, good. Anyone? Going twice?
Clutch money, Millie, per usual.
Thanks.
So good. And
I hope that helps. Do Team Z. Literally, it's so good, guys. Just if you want, you can do it, but just know it's amazing. Okay, Charity, it's a 30-day free trial. So you can do it for free for 30 days. So just, if you have time tomorrow, look at it. It tells you exactly how to implement. All my Facebook friends are in Team Z. So super easy. And all my Beachbody customers and coaches are in Team Z, and it automatically uploads them. And then you can it's all documented. It's so easy. So great.
Okay. Here's the last thing I'll say about Team Z. For people that are I want to do this now, we are doing that training. Somebody from it is doing, and she's awesome, is doing it next Monday night. Unless you are going to dedicate some time to get it set up beforehand, wait to start your free trial until you do the training. Not just definitely do your tracker, do your invites, do all of that stuff, but get another week out of your free trial, unless you're I'm going to sit down tomorrow and dedicate an hour to really setting it up. If you're we'll see how it goes, wait one more week, because you do get that free 30-day trial. And I am somebody that it took me 2 months past my free trial before I actually did it, and it is super simple. But she's going to give us lots of tips on that.
Cool. Anyone else? Okay, guys, have a great day off. Hopefully everyone can get gas. Any announcements that we need to make? What do we have going on? Hopefully you have a detox group going on or some type of free group. Coaching opportunity is on the 14th, I believe.
Yes, just make sure that if you haven't already made your calendar for September, whether or not you follow the one that we post in Team VIP is totally up to you. It doesn't matter. But if you don't already have your calendar written out so that you know when you're inviting to what, make sure you get that done, because the month goes by so fast if you don't prep for it. So do yourself that favor and plan it out accordingly so that you are not stressed.
Awesome. Okay, guys, I'll post the recording in a second. Y'all have a good night.
Toodles.
Bye.